Oh, the waiting game is over. We've talked about this area of low pressure impacting our weather with rain and then some snow, and we're already seeing that. Have been for the last couple of hours. This quick hitting system, it is going to usher in much colder air for tomorrow once we are rid of this precipitation this evening. Again, it will be in and out in fairly short order. Temperatures recover nicely by President's Day and beyond. And highs back into the low 60s, yes, by the mid and latter part of next week. More rain chances and even a few storms. And believe it or not, see a few lightning strikes. We've had those on the southern edge of this area of moisture that is moving through. You get along and north of 64, and the transition to snow has started. But we got some moderate rain around Jackson, running up toward Campton. Now, it maybe appears to be a little heavier than it actually is. We've got bright banding, meaning frozen precipitation aloft shows up brighter on the radar. And of course, with some of that reaching the ground, that's kind of the case here. Same drill down over Richmond, over to Nicholasville, and then points to the north. We showed you the Kentucky Mesonet cam there in Carlisle and Nicholas County, and even though it's showing up green, we're above freezing, but it is falling as some wet snowflakes. The initial batch moving through, again, you see some lightning strikes, and off across northern Kentucky, changing over to all snow and coming down at a pretty good clip. That is the case to our north. It is all snow through Indiana and Ohio, and they're looking at 3, 4, maybe 5 inches here. Colder air beginning to catch up, but in the milder air across West Tennessee, we've got some thunderstorms. Checking out Mount Sterling, it's just wet there, but temperatures are falling, 34 or so along the 64 corridor. Got to be mixing a little bit of wintry weather in there and showing you the 4 panel here. Look at the difference. Rowan County, Franklin County along 64, close to freezing. Casey and Knott County still into the 40s and hugging 50 degrees down there in Knott County. Speaking of the Kentucky Mesonet temperatures, we're close to freezing, just above it, mid-30s. But look at southern Kentucky where it has not rained. 57 in McCreary County, 58 in Knox County. Quite a gradient on either side of that moisture shield. It's kind of like a front more than anything. 30-degree difference between Evansville and Nashville. Again, that southwest wind punching up ahead of that line of storms. There's the low just to our south. A lot of wintry weather on the north side of it. So our futurecast has been pretty consistent over the last day or so. Within a few hours, storms in the south and snow here in the bluegrass, and that's where it will last the longest, and that's why we're looking at our highest totals here. Eventually it changes over later this evening, and then the moisture starts to wane and heads out. Other than a few scattered snow showers tomorrow morning, we wake up into the low 20s, and even with some sunshine in the afternoon, that combined with a northwest wind, only low to mid-30s. Winter weather advisory out, the bluegrass stretching out into eastern and southeastern Kentucky into the early hours of tomorrow. Not expecting much change from what we forecasted since yesterday. An inch or two up 75 and out 64 north and east of Lexington. And then we'll trim those totals down, probably just mainly a rain event with a little bit of light snow on the tail end. The other issue is, how about the wind chill heading into early tomorrow, waking up? Could be in the low teens, and then tomorrow afternoon, if you're out and about, wind chills could be down upper teens to right around 20. Now, looking ahead to tomorrow and Sunday, the cold air just pours in, and it's going to be hanging around. For the early part of the weekend, remember, it is a holiday weekend. For some with President's Day on Monday, but a nice recovery. Checking out that 7-day forecast. The breeze stays up through Sunday, but we work back up to around 50. And then just like that, a little touch of spring back in the forecast. Winds pick up. Temperatures head toward the low 60s. Rain and possibly even a few rumbles of thunder by next Thursday.